All new features. The Submariner also the Angel Spring issue no one 10 cent. Tam 10 cent oluyordu zaten. 15 cent hep şeyde Kanada'da. Marvel Comics Special Feature diyor. Marvel Comics adı altında çıktı. Bak o da dikkatimi çekti. Human Torture öyle değil mesela. Açık ve net. Naziler yine 83 diyor. Invasion of Britain, Submariner against the Nazis. For the thrilling pages of Submariner in action diyor. Soru işareti mi şu? It might be. Sanki olduğundan daha kaslı çizmişler Neymar'ı burada. Başka. Orada bir şey yok. 20 pages of the angel falan. Tamam. Bir şey yok. It seems. Bir kere daha şöyle bir şey diyeyim hızlı. Bir şey kaçırmadık şuralarda falan. Yok. Başlayalım. One to one. Kaptan Amerika diyor herhalde. Watch for the big new second issue of Captain America Comics now on sale. Second issue of Captain America Comics böyleymiş resmi. Trapped in the Nazi stronghold. Story of page 11. Captain America plus other features. United States 45 smash. Eyvah mouse'umun pili bitti. Pil takıp geliyor. Burada başka bir şey demiyor. Second issue of bir şey onu okuduk zaten. Başka şuralarda bir şey yazmıyor. Şurada bir şey yazıyor. Okuyabiliyor mu? Once again, America greatest family composed of Captain America and hiçbir şey young Bucky feed in themselves amongst diyeceğim the nation's most deadly menace the has man bir şey man the was man falan. No bir şey. Şurayı okumayacağım. Ama her yeri okuma takıntısı beni yoruyor işte böyle gördüğünüz gibi. Base bak bunu görmemişiz. Şunu da okumuyorum fazla küçük. Now, read this issue now. Read this issue and find out how you too can join Captain America's Sentinels of Liberty and thereby help Captain America and Bucky in their great war against spies in our country. Captain America and the wax statue that struck death. Captain America and the mystery of the deathless monster. Trapped in the Nazi stronghold. Also, Hurricane, Master of Speed in the Devil and the Green Plague. Turk, Cowboy in the Valley of the Mist. Aynı bunlar da devam ediyor. Bunlara da devam edeceğiz. Şuraya bakalım. Submariner published quarterly by Timely Comics Incorporation Marathon Con. Nasıl bunun aşımını hala bilmiyorum. Application for second class matter pending at the post office Marathon Con under Act of March 3, 1879. Entire contents copyright 1941 by Timely Comics Incorporation. 330 WB 42nd Street NY Wall First No 1 Spring Issue Single copy is 10 cent Year subscription 40 cent Printed in USA Değişik $1 değil 40 cent Mevsimsel çıkıyor falan. Ben şuralarda bir kere daha göz atacağım bunu durdurup diyecek bir şey var mıdır diye. Nope. Devam. 1, 2 birden renk geldi, içimiz rahatladı diyoruz. Böyle sığmıyor herhalde. 128 rahat. Prince Namer da Submariner. Regulation US Pattern Office 1940 Copyright 1941. Fighting. Single-handed the world's first deep sea blitzkrieg. By Bill Everett. Defilling death bombs, destructive chute divers, terrifying U-boats, all mobilized and in action. The Nazis' daring and desperate attempt to destroy the submariner, listening on a secret meeting called by the Führer. Führer diyor, belki döver yine Führer'i falan. $141 de oluyor. To be masters of the world, there is one more empire for our arms to conquer. It's the undersea people headed by the submariner. Bu Hitler mi lan? Nazi warlords and chiefs are suddenly summoned by their Führer to a special war council. Aynen şey yani Hitler. This submariner has given us lots of trouble. We must destroy him and his people, and now is the time, diyor. I give orders now for our invincible U-boat navy to invade with a sea blitzkrieg the Antarctic regions where miserable submariners live. Son sayıda ne oldu? Bu submarinerler savaşta kaybetmişlerdi Amerikalılara karşı falan. Bayağı zayıflar şu an aslında falan. Acaba o factleri hatırlayacak mıyız? Devam. Doğru sırada okuduğumuzu eminim, yani hatırlamamız lazım. Yani daha doğrusu bu sayıda şu anki okuduğumuz hikayede onları geçen şeyde Marvel Comics'te çıkan sayıda ne olduğunu göz önüne alaraktan asker, cart asker nasıl durumu, silahların durumu nasıl falan ona göre yazmış olmaları lazım. Göreceğiz diyorum. With amazing speed, U-boats of a brand new type swooped down on the unprepared submariners without even a declaration of war. Hani şerefsizlik ediyorlar. Declaration of War bile vermeden savaşa başladılar falan. Amazed and angered by the sudden and ruthless attack, the submariner sees the senseless destruction of property and life as the enemy. I must stop them somehow. Then drop their well-equipped water-chute troops to surprise the civilians and paralyze the defense of the city by demoralizing the forces. The sudden blitz is on in full force. 1 to 4. Following the terror divers, perfect formations of deep-sea bombers now appear to wreck and destroy the very foundation of the submariner empire's civilization. A continuous stream of high explosive bombs speeds from each craft as it comes over its objective, the undersea capital. Hani dinin D'sinin D'si şokunu anlatmak için böyle bunu koymuşlar buraya. Building after building crashes down under the terrific bombardment. Bu da şuraya bakıyor bence asıl. Asıl şeyi bu yani. Submariner'ın olmasını hak ettiği konum şu resim bence. This attack is horrible and we're helpless falan. Helpless in this terror from above, the submariners flee to caves and shelters. The first wave of raiders is over. A few officials survey the terrific damage. Namor, this is frightful. All our houses are destroyed. I stand aghast at this wanton attack on our peaceful nation. It must be checked. I will see our emperor at once. 1 to 5. Sire, we are embattled by a ruthless enemy. I beseech you to order us to fight. Prince Namor, you are brave and reckless. We are at their mercy. We must suddenly. Excellency, the submarines return. No sooner has the palace guard spoken than a load of deep-sea bombs scores a direct hit over the emperor's residence. Boom falan. Bayıldı lan. Excellency etti, kafasına bir şey düştü. Killed, I mean, our beloved emperor who never harmed a hair on anybody's head. Revenge I seek, I fight. Aynen bu sayıda bu şey oluyor bence. Bu kral oluyor ha. Vay ki. Ben bunu en son böyle olur falan diye düşünüyordum. Ya da bunu bir şekilde kötülük edecek Neymar'a falan da öyle ölecek diyordum falan. Hatırlıyorsunuz mu bilmiyorum. Hepsi boşuna çıktı. Şu sayıda öldüler resmen. Jesus fucking hell. Bunun tipi de böyle değildi gerçi ama neyse. Bunlar da yeşil değildi gerçi sanki. Killed or beloved emperor who never harmed a hair on anybody's head. Revenge I seek, I fight. Drive the invaders of our people out forever. Revenge of this cowardly act. If it takes my whole life and my last drop of blood. This is no time for sadness, my prince. We need you, command, and we will follow to the end. Before I can think of war, I must look after those who remain, who are without shelter. That sunken liner will be our headquarters. Like Moses of old, the youthful submariner leads his people out of their devastated city to their new home. Like Moses of old. Oha lan, resmen peygamber örneği verdiler ha. Moses. Musa'ya benzetlerdi. Yahut Musa mariner leads his people out of their devastated city to their new home. Sanki bu Musa deniz yaran falan da mı Musa'ydı? Aynen. Bu yeni böyle şeyi hmm, bir sürü insanı, bir topluluğu böyle bir yere götürürken ki lider olması açısından benzettiler Muz'a. İlginç yani. Devam. 1 to 6. Some mariner takes command of the nation's small military forces. We must fight. We're one against hundreds, but we must win. Let's start. Prince Namor, şurada dim var. Or submarine detectors have picked up the prop sounds of a huge approaching U-boat flotilla. Call out the undersea planes, formation F, then every pilot to himself and treat them rough. The free craft takes on the enemy and hundreds of dogfights develop. The remaining subs run away from the speedy and deadly undersea planes that got them off our necks, and they think they'll be safer on the surface. Well, maybe, but I'll notify the Hail Command to be on the lookout. Meanwhile, in the flagship of the attacker flotilla, strange and dangerous seas these, her admiral, we can gain the open sea through these two icebergs ahead. Nothing can stop us, not what's ahead. Haha. Through his periscope, the U-boat commander sees a school of whales in regular formation, watching his exit. Whales falan şunlar. Ben de en başta sadece dağı gördüm. Şunlardan bahsediyor diye anladım. Öyle yani. 1 to 7. The huge Nazi armada following the flagship sub heads for one opening, paying no attention to the growing number of cruising whales, who, on a given signal, begin to encircle the U-boats who could not submerge in the shallow waters of the strait, herding them closer and closer. Suddenly, an amazing thing happens. The sides of each whale fly open and heavy guns are trained on the helpless surrounded U-boats. At a command, each whale lets go its broadside, and the battle, first of its kind with Trojan whales, is simply slaughter for the enemy fleet. Every hit registers. And the battle, first of its kind with Trojan whales. Bu Truva atı olayını diyor işte hani atın içinde gizli askerler gidiyor, at hediye ediliyor falan ya. Yani tam aynı olay olmuyor ama ona benzetmiş. Aim, fire, load, aim, fire falan Sam Mariner bir yandan bağırıyor. Diyecek bir şey yok gibi devam. 1 to 8. Donnerwetter, this can be. They were whales only a minute ago. Submerge quickly or we'll all be blown to Hades. The remaining U-boats run for their very lives away from the deadly guns of the surface whale ships toward the sea bottom, right into a school of fighting sharks. The U-boats are reaching the lower levels and think they're safe. Let them have it. The bewildered U-boats did not notice the school of sharks who now swims into action, a new kind of deadly shark. In a few minutes, only 2 U-boats are left to battle the sharks. In the commander's U-boat, a frightened wireless man is trying to radio orders to the remaining sub-fleet. SOS, the commander says, every man for himself. We're being attacked by deadly armed shark ships. SOS, SOS falan. Just in a terrifying ripping sound, and even the commander's U-boat in the radio room is torn apart as water pours in. Like the Finns, we win the first 2 rounds. Wonder if they learned their lesson yet. Lucas, we have another argument coming. Just then, from his own whale ship, the submariner sees a long black line of wicked-looking super subs coming. Sonra bunu diyor. Look, Lucas, we have another argument coming. 1 to 9. We're ready for another scrap, Namer, though they outnumber us. hoist my flag and let's show them a new trick. Submariner orders his fleet to disperse. Attention all ships, the submariner is going to tackle the enemy alone. As submariner's fleet of amazing whale ships obey his orders to disband, a small launch leaves the flagship, and the submariner remains on board his own ship to battle single-handed. I will not risk all you brave men in the fight to come. It is too dangerous. We all wish you good luck, Namor, in outwitting our enemy. Meanwhile, inside the Nazi U-boat, submariner's new moves have been carefully watched, and his whole fleet has left him. Even his crew has deserted. Ha! This will be easy. Good, just what we want. We can capture them without a struggle. Submariner cleverly entices the U-boat fleet inside the pass, through towering icebergs on each side, and they follow, catching up on him rapidly. Oh, only 20 U-boats with full crews against me. That's the kind of odds I like. Order to all U-boats of this command, push the submariner flagship and take him alive. Go. Bir dakika, hiçbir şey anlamadım, anlayıp geliyor. Şu dağların arasına çekiyor. Böyle bu buz dağlarından bir şekilde buz parçalarını düşüttürecek falan, öyle alt edecek. Onu anlıyoruz kesin. Devam. When submariner is sure all of the U-boats are inside the pass, he stops his own whale ship, and the commander of the U-boat shoots to him. You know, all resistance against our mighty Nazi fleet is senseless. Send up your surrender flag, submariner, and give yourself up. Maybe it looks easy to come and get me, but you'd better look behind you, you fools. You'll have to worry about that too. The icebergs, they move, and we're closed in, we're trapped. Donner veter, look falan. 1 to 10. As the bergs wheel around, blocking the exit from the pass, they reveal submariners men sat on neat platforms with the guns trained on the Nazi U-boat fleet below them. Ready, ready, ready, ready hepsi bağırıyor. Because his own whale ship is in the line of fire, submariner leaps into the sea, which is the pre-arranged signal for his men to begin firing. Let them fire away. With a mighty roar, the mountain cannons let go a terrific broadside, and the Nazi fleet is caught in a murderous crossfire. Boom, boom, boom falan. Inside the U-boat commander's ship. Ah, that dirty double-crossing submariner. What I will do to him when we catch him. Never had so much fun, Lucas, since I practiced shooting with my first air gun. There goes another and another falan. Devam. 1 to 11. That the Nazis fight back furiously, and there are casualties on both sides. The battle continues under the submariner's leadership. Wham falan, zing falan diyor, zing diyor, bang. Başka bir şey yok. Devam. Whole sides of bergs are ripped off in attempts to silence the land guns. But the submariner's onslaught is too fast for the Nazi invaders. We're the last safe U-boat, submerge fast and get the submariner dead or alive. Responding to its working submerging planes, the U-boat descends just as the submariner hoped it would. 300 feet, 310, 315, still diving. 350, 400. There he is. Dead ahead, submariner, stop dive, engines full speed ahead. Submariner circles around the huge U-boat, hoping to capture it. They're not shooting. What's up with them? It's either taking them or taking my medicine. In the U-boat, means are discussed as to how to capture submariner. There is one way to grab him, Henry, or new weapon. Yes, Captain, the undersea diver squad, eh? Right away, sir, falan. 112. Queer shapes drop from the hidden hatchway under the U-boat's belly. Heavily armed men pushed ahead like runners. The lightning squad, swimming ahead with amazing speed, tries to stop the submariner. Well, I say the old Nazi commander pulled a surprise this time. They should travel fast. Submariner tries to lead them into icy caverns, but is cornered. Submariner, you are our prisoner. All right, seems the jig's up. But now that I get a close-up of your secret weapons, I guess I know what to do. Discovering that the U-boat men are hampered by their heavy equipment and that he can move much faster in his own element than they can, Submariner goes into action. Show some speed if you can. You can't do much when your helmets are cracked, hey? Not like me. I don't need one falan. Kasları çıksa bitiyor zaten. O da biliyor. Şurada bir dim var. It seems. Var. Devam. 113. Meanwhile, inside the sub, the commander sees what has been going on. Doner Veter, this is impossible. He got 4 of them. Never mind getting him alive, man the concussion guns. Man the concussion guns diyor. Man burada fiil olarak hani adamlayın diyor. Bir sürü adam yerleştirin falan. We'll destroy that submariner. Yine din ama çok ufaklar. Submariner'daki dinler hep çok ufak. Uh-oh, that conning tower and its gun are swinging around. And the concussion tube is pointing straight at me. With lightning speed, Submariner sees a huge boulder in the ocean bottom and swings upwards. It all depends on who works fastest. Leaping on the sub's deck, he stuffs the huge boulder into the concussion gun's mouth. Tight squeeze, tighter the better. At that very moment inside the sub, the command is given to fire and the weapon backfires. Ew falan, boom falan. The sea rushes in and those in the gun chamber who were not killed by the deadly blast are trapped like rats. Immediately, the automatic warning system in the U-boat functions as orders are barked out. Shut off all watertight compartments. All hands to the lightning squad deck. We have another surprise for the submariner. Ay sir falan. 114. I thought I took care of all their funny deep sea divers. Uh-oh, here comes a double dose of them. 4 of them coming at me and 4 hanging around the sub, maybe guarding it. I'll have to figure out this new idea fast. Submariner leads the pursuers into a long chase, fighting for time, and brings them into a subsea cave. This way, gentlemen, where we can have a quiet talk privately. Espri falan yapıyor. Now, here's just the spot, and there's something that will come in handy. Crack. They'll find their way around just in time to see how a keystone works even under the sea. They'll find their way around just in time to see how a keystone works even under the sea. Buradan böyle devam ediyoruz. As the submariner tears the main stone away, the whole roof of the undersea cave topples down on the floor unsuspecting divers. That will teach you not to be so careless when you visit with me in my domain. Now, I should be able to get away. All I have to do is to avoid the sub. Devam. 115. But the canny Nazis, fearing foul play, moved 2 more guards to the mouth of the cave. The water is stirring Hans Zimmer, surprised as he meets the 2 guards. Submariner ducks their powerful water weapons just in time. Deniz yıldızı koymuşlar lan aşağı direkt. Resmen. And springs into action, maddened by the trick, and turns against the guards. Good club your gun makes. 1, ilk buna vurdu. 2, sonra buna vurdu. And 3. Bir tanesini fırlattı. En son fırlattı. Kafasına çarptı bir tanesinin. Not so easy, submariner. I have a top hide. You see, and this time I've got you. I have a tough hide. You see, bekliyoruz. And this time I have got you. Oh, bir yerinden vuruldu ama neresinden bilmiyoruz. Salute to a worthy opponent. It's my duty now to bring you aboard to the chief. Vuruldu lan. Neresinden vuruldu ama göremiyoruz. Sırtından herhalde. Ya da yalandan bir şeyler ediyor ama we don't know yet. 116. The guard brings the limp body of submariner down the hatch. Too bad we couldn't take him alive. The Führer would have liked it. Submariner plays dead on a table as the crew of the U-boat toasts and boasts of doing the impossible. Harry Potter, Voldemort falan aynı hesap oluyor. Well, we have captured the submariner. Hail, hail, hail, hail falan. Ah, we are invincible. My navy, my U-boat command, my own lightning squad. Ah, now thanks to what I did, the submariner is dead. Donnerwetter, what's this? What kind of joke is it? I command you to stop. This will show you whether I am dead or alive. Anybody else want to feel my pulse? Alright, duck at the smack. Sock, gangway, pulse. Submariner wheels the heavy fire extinguisher cylinder with deadly effect. Aklıma şey geldi. No Country for Old Men'deki o adam geldi. O da tüp kullanıyor ama başka şekilde falan devam. Tüp kullanıyordu değil mi? Sanki. 117. But from behind, a crewman socks submariner a terrible blow. Bang, resmen kürek kırıldı IQ. Himmel, I thought the submariner was dead. How can a dead man do so much damage? Lock him up in the brig. The steel cabinet for him. Schnell falan. Submariner is placed in solitary confinement in the brig below deck. I am done in this time. How can I get out of this steel box? I wish I were Houdini. O kimdi lan? Bunu hatırlıyorum da. Neyse. Air Court Marshal any guard that fails in day and night watch of submariner while we're on our way to Europe. Confined to his small, poorly ventilated cell, the bad air saps submariner's vitality and energy. There is something the matter with the prisoner. I'd better tell the captain. The U-boat captain gruffly talks with submariner. So you don't like the weather down here? Captain, I need some water. Seawater. Let me out just for a swim. Haha, that's a funny one. Do you think I'm crazy? Ha, I'm not letting you out of this U-boat till we reach the waterland. You want to get me there alive, don't you? Well, put me in one of your ballast tanks. That'll keep me aboard and give me the water I crave to keep alive. Maybe so, but no tricks now, submariner. Well, I'd like to see you get out of a ballast tank. Haha ettiğine götürüyor. 118. Soon submariner is plunging in the life-giving sea water within one of the U-boat's ballast tanks. Now I'm beginning to be my old self again. Fearing the submariner might try to break out of the tank, the captain takes special pains. Triple lock the tank hands. We take no chances. Aye, Captain. Nobody could get out of the tank now. The submariner has had enough fun now. Start the pumps and empty the tanks. Too much water is bad for him. Submariner is taken by surprise as the tank is suddenly emptied, but he had enough time to regain all his strength. He had enough play for one day, submariner. Maddened, his strength fully come back, submariner is now determined to avenge himself. I'll tear this U-boat to pieces. Ah, Himmel, it's unbelievable. The steel plates of the tank, he's tearing them apart. Soon he'll reach the huge place. Stop him, stop falan. Submariner rips into the outer skin of the U-boat. I go on a little tour of this sub and out, and punches his way through the steel hull into the sea. Guess I'll have a little fun with this big fish. 119. I can navigate this ship better without help from the propeller. It's a cinch to push this thing around without prop interference. A little deep diving will do the boys good. Down we go. With a mighty shove, submariner sends the U-boat to the sea bottom. The crew gets panicky as the sub's floor stands upright under them. Donner wetter, trim the ship, blow the forward ballast, stand by the elevator planes, get this boat on an even keel, look at the def gauge diyeceğim ama öyle okunmuyor büyük ihtimal. Devam. As the U-boat nears bottom, the enormous pressure begins to buckle the plates. We're lost, the seams are bursting, so they pumped the water out of my tank. Well, I give them all the water to drink that they don't want. The tremendous air compression inside begins to rip the big U-boat apart. First the conning tower goes as the sub rushes ever downward, helpless. And strikes the hard rock bottom of the sea floor with a terrific force. Wham falan. The sudden shock springs more leaks in the hood. Help, help, help falan. It's too bad about those poor devils caught like rats. But it was my life or theirs. Now the others will suffer. Open another oxygen tank, Hans. The air is awful in here. We used up the last one long ago, sir. Air falan. Terrific pressures down in the depths finally tear the sub apart. Nature has helped the submariner. Well, that's the end of a bad day. Now, I'd better get back home and see how things are. 121. Hello, Mel. I did have a tough time, but how are the people? Welcome home, Prince. We thought you were done for. The blitz was awful, killed a number of innocents, but the enemy paid heavily for it. Our people were very brave. The submariners quickly rebuilt their destroyed cities. Now the submariner once more directs their activities. Near living again, as we used to before the terrible blitz, submariner. That's good, Lucas. Preparedness is the thing. Yes, we haven't been loafing since your great victory, submariner. Here's our new subplane fleet, more in production. I don't ever want my people to go through another blitzkrieg. It is much better to be ready to fight for your rights, because there will always be dictators and rats who will want to enslave you. Battling a blitzkrieg under the sea, fighting diving troops, defeating a big U-boat armada, and fighting a submarine single-handed. What else will the submariner do? Falan. Böyle bir sayı bitirişi mi oldu yani bu şimdi? Evet, öyle oldu. Güzel. Şuradan devam edelim. Diyecek bir şey var mı burada? Bir durayım. Devam. Okay, the winner, don't miss the new issue of the best, most thrilling comic book of all time by Captain America Comics, and follow the adventure of Captain America and his young pal Bucky as they smash back at the villains within and the traitors to the good old USA. Bunlara bir baksak mı ya? Ne yazıyor, ne yazmıyor? Box Museum diyor. Daha demin gördüğümüz şey buydu lan ama net okuyamadıydık falan. You're choking me falan ediyor şurada. No ediyor. Maybe is. Wait a minute. These heads aren't bags. They're real flesh and blood ediyor. That's right, Mister. Nothing bags about them at all falan. Vam şurada bir yumruk atmış. Değişik bir düşmanı var. The basement to a large building where the bagsman awaits him. So our little prisoner is finally helpless. Do your worst, then. What a nice trophy your head will make. Just one clean cut. And I've settled my first score with Captain America. Başka da bir şey yok herhalde. Devam. Yeni bir hikaye. Diyecek bir şey var mıdır? Duruyorum. Nope. Nope. Hadi görüşürüz.